let's see the setup I/O in out of Daylight. It is where you can manage DMX interface, MIDI interface, and OSC interface. So let's see it. I click on it. First, there is a DMX utility where you can adjust the DMX output rate. 33, it's because the Grand MA is doing 33 packets per second, so if they do, it should be good. Now for streaming ACN protocol or 131 protocol, you can make a universe patch. If the guy that welcome you in the theater tell you that your universe are from 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003, here you can patch the first universe of Daylight to the 1000 streaming ACN universe. And you do the same for this one. You say 1001 and etc. Let me put them back to the default one. By default, only universe 1 is available. If you need more, you tick more. I suggest you not to tick to only set available universe you need in order to preserve your computer processor for other software like video or sound software that needs a lot of CPU. So I untick them. So this is the DMX universe mapping. Now let's see the USB DMX. If there is no USB DMX interface, you won't be able to set it to on. So let me plug one. Okay, and automatically, at least on macOS, automatically the USB DMX server is going to on. You can see that here in the main in the pad that USB DMX is okay. Now I can switch it off and switch it on again. To output DMX, there is nothing special to do. If you want to receive DMX, because some USB DMX interface have two ports, sorry, and you can decide if port 1 is for input DMX and port 2 for output, or if port 2 is for incoming DMX and port 1 is for outputting DMX. You see, when it is not ticked, it says that it is output DMX. And if I want to use two universe in output, I untick this one. And in this configuration, when you set the second universe available, you can output two universe in DMX, in USB, sorry. After, all of that are for incoming DMX, but we will see it for other stuff like NetDMX because it's the same. So let's go to nothing more to say about USB DMX. I suggest you to use not USB DMX interface, but Ethernet DMX interface, because the DMX signal is stronger. The power of the DMX does not result of your USB connection in case of NetDMX, and DMX is stronger when you use NetDMX. Let's see the NetDMX. So we can have two protocol, streaming ACN, which is the best because it's simple. It's very, very, very simple, and it offers you more universe, and the ArtNet protocol. So let's see the streaming ACN. It is a server, so you should set it to on. Okay. And for outputting DMX, it is here, and for incoming DMX, it is here. So for output DMX, you only need to choose the network interface card to use. Here, I have only the Wi-Fi that is switched on, so only the IP of the Wi-Fi card is listed. If I have an Ethernet card activated, you will see two IP address. Localhost is in a fake IP. That means sorry for my English. You will use localhost when you want to send DMX to other software on the same computer. Okay, that's the words. You will use localhost when you want to send DMX to other software on the same computer. And this, you will use an interface card for outputting to the real world. Okay, so it's simple, you have nothing more to do. Only choose the network interface card you want to use. Now for inputting DMX, it is like for the USB DMX. You select which universe will receive DMX. And streaming ACN is very nice because on universe 1 you can output and input DMX in the same time. So here at home I have another Delight on a PC that is sending streaming ACN, and let's see if I set a level on the channel 4 on the PC, and you see on the Mac it receives channel 4. This is because I have ticked this universe in input. Here you can bypass level anchor mechanism. What does it mean? It means that if in this computer channel 4 is at this level, on the other computer, you have to trust me, on the other computer the level needs to go more than 24, more than 24 to take the control on it. This is the anchor mechanism. If I choose to bypass it, and here I set it to, let's say, this level, as soon as I set a level on the PC, paf, it takes a precedence. I don't know if it's real English, but I hope you understand. Okay, for that, you can select here if incoming data are bound to channels or to submasters. So in this case, if I control channel 1 from the PC, it will control submaster 1. Very convenient for several stuff. In case of your controlling of input DMX are set to the channels, you have the possibility to use a virtual DMX, a virtual submaster for incoming levels. What does it mean? Here, for example, so I will put the mouse here. If on the PC I control the channel 4, And if I press the go button, as in the preparation register, there is a Q0 with 0 level. As soon as I will press go, you see, Daylight take back control on channel 4 and remove the level that come from the PC. If I bound incoming levels to a virtual submaster, now even if I press the go button, the levels from the PC stays. You even have the possibility to adjust the level. Here there is the same options that for Submaster, more or less, but we will see options for the Submaster later. You can also choose another color if you don't like the gold one. You can do what you want. Okay. ArtNet we won't see because it's longer and streaming ACN is really cool. And just one thing, I don't know if you have noticed, but USB DMX is on in the same time as Net DMX is on. It means, and it is a configuration I do use a lot. I do use USB DMX input to use a physical light board to control Submaster, and in the same time I am outputting DMX in streaming ACN. So you can use USB DMX and Net DMX in the same time. Okay. The MIDI, it is a server, so you have to set it to on, and here my BCF is listed. I shouldn't because it's not plugged. It is something that remains from the French version of the tutorial. Yes. This button, with this button I will list the MIDI interface that are available. So I unplug the USB and I plug my MIDI controller. Okay, now it's plugged, and I push the refresh button here in order to list my BCF. I have to set it available in order to use it, and if I move a controller in the SPI here, I see the controller, the value that is received. And after, you will have to make a MIDI patch, but this is another thing. Okay, there is also, you can also use an virtual submaster when stuff control channel, when MIDI stuff control channels. There is the bypass also, and here on macOS there is a IAC, which is a virtual MIDI server that belongs to macOS. You will wanna use that when you want that QLab or Live or whatever video software like Millumin to send MIDI to Daylight. You will use the IAC server, MIDI server. If you want Daylight to send MIDI flow to QLab or whatever, you will want to set it available here. In this particular case, you see where output and input are available in the same time. It leads to a MIDI loop. If you want to do stuff like that, you will need to use a more advanced MIDI server like Copperlan or like Copperlan, 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 2P. So don't do this, the input and output of the virtual MIDI server, unless you know what to do. OSC, it is a server, so you have to set it to on, and you can send. You will need to register IP. For example, this 168.1.31, an IP and a port 6001. Okay, in order to send OSC message to this device. And this device is usually my phone, my smartphone, in order to have a remote control. If you want me to make a training course about remote on the phone, just ask. If you want to send OSC message to another software on the same computer, you will need to use the local host address, which is 177.0. Sorry. Yeah, .0.0.1. This specific address means localhost. It means that it will send OSC message to other software that listen OSC on this port. Daylight is listening OSC message on 7000, on port 7000. Okay. Okay. And you also have it's also possible to control VLC, the media player. And here, and in the wiki, it is well explained. If you have trouble, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, see you.